Good evening, all. Today we are going to explain our mini project, Human Pose Recognition and Tracking. In this project, we had recognized the human pose and track the each and every part of the body, even in movement. First of all, pose estimation. Actually, pose estimation is a major problem of computer vision. And in pose estimation, you have to detect the orientation of the object. Orientation in the sense you have to detect coordinates, length, width of the each and every part. Usually, if you come to face pose estimation, we have to detect a landmark on face. Maybe it's a facial landmark or any mark on the face or something related to any corner of the face, so that we can easily estimate our face pose. Similarly, it is as a similarly for a head pose estimation. For head pose estimation, we will use a landmarks of a facial estimation where and to obtain it in 3D orientation. But in similar, its same concept is used in say human pose estimation, where here we have to recognize. I mean, here we have to detect and localize the major parts of the body. In the sense, in for face we have to detect any facial marks. So for the complete human body, you have to detect the major parts like shoulders, eyes, ears, ankle, knee, etc. In human pose estimation, first of all, complete human body is represented as a skeleton, and it is shown, and the orientation is shown in a graphical format, and the essential coordinates will be connected to the pose. Maybe coordinates will is connected in both x coordinate, y coordinate, length, width, and height of the part, and each coordinate is known as part, and for valid connection between the two parts is known as limb. And coming to key, when we have to detect the human body pose system, human pose, there are key point data sets for detection. Coming to first one, Coco key point data set. Second one is in the MP2 human data set. Means multi pose human data set. Third one is media pipe data set. Actually, here media pipe data set is the customizable data set. We had used in this project video data set. The reason behind this is for Coco Point data set, there is maximum in Coco Point data set, it will look at maximum of 16 points in the human body. I mean, in the sense, it's something like corners of the room. Every major part, in every end of the major part, it can locate. You can see here clarity in clear way. In Coco output for bit, a human body estimation, only 16 points. I mean, in the sense, 18 points you can recognize. Maybe I mean, left knee, right knee, left arm, right arm, left ankle, right ankle. In the sense, left wrist, only 18 points. Coming to multi-pose estimation, it is very less than the Coco output format. It only you can look at 15. Where if you want to look at more, but it's coming out producing only 18 and 15, so that for major applications we can't choose this type of data sets. So we can conclude, so we have to take more points on human force, so that we can have more high amount of applications for this. So for current human Coco topology is having only 18 landmarks. So for this, for the extension of this Coco topology and lacking of the scale and orientation, for to overcome all these problems, we use MediaPipe datasets. Actually, in the MediaPipe dataset, with the Blaze pose, it is, I mean, in the sense, it was a superset of Coco only, but it is in Blaze pose, and it will use a face and Blaze form topologies, so that we can recognize 32 parts. I mean, in the sense, not 32, not 32 parts. We can recognize 32 points in the human pose, so that we can recognize each and every point in very clear way. And this also allows to determine the human body and post data prediction with consistent with face hand models, so that even the movement will be clear when the posture is in traveling or something dancing in the way. And this in this media pipe data set, the total of 32 post landmarks are as shown in the figure. These are all the data set we are recognized in this project. Uh, uh, in this while tracking and recognizing, the pose detector is work like this. For pose estimation, we had used a two-step detector. First one, we have, if you given input image as a frame one, the pose detector will detect the pose, and it study or it read the entire pose element, and it will send to pose tracker. And similarly for second, after using of detector, this pipeline first locates the region of interest within the frame, and similarly and later it will go to second stage. Say same, like it will repeat it to total 32 key points in this, and the remaining part and the code execution will be explained by friend Neeraj.
Coming to the coding part of the project. Hello, my name is Neeraj. So this is the bare minimum code for pose estimation. So first we have downloaded necessary libraries like OpenCV, Python, and MediaPipe. Also, we have created a video folder for sample videos so that one by one we will see it and recognize poses in it. So for that purpose, we have first created a model to detect our pose. So coming to the definition of pose, in pose we have given our parameters. If we go to the parameters, we have a static image mode. This is basically that when we are detecting and when we are tracking. So if we put it as true, it will always detect based on model. It will always try to find new detection. But if we put it as false, then it will try to detect, and when the confidence is high, it will keep tracking. So there will be a tracking confidence, and then there will be a detection confidence. So whenever it detects, if the confidence is more than 0.5, it says okay, now we have detected. Now we will go to the tracking. Now the tracking will check. If tracking confidence is more than 0.5, it will keep tracking. Whenever it goes below 0.5, then it will come back to detection. So this way we don't use heavy model again and again for detection. Instead we use detection, then tracking, then whenever it lasts, we use detection again. So this is what it does. Then we have upper body only. So it depends upon our need whether we want to detect only upper part. Also we have feature to smooth, which is by default taken as true. So again, coming to the pose estimation code. So here we see the term landmarks. What is that? We will see it. So if we go to the MediaPipe website, here they have given, we can see that landmarks that they have given. For example, if we want to detect a nose, if we want to detect a nose, we use a 0 point as the landmark. And if we want to detect a right elbow, we use a 14 as a landmark point to detect the right elbow. So that is what is we using in the project also. So after detection, we will check whether it has detected or not. So we will say if this definition is true. If this detection is true, then this code should be processed. And if we run this code, we will get all the data points here. We can see on the figure also on the MediaPipe website, we get all these red colored points, but we will get these points only. We will not get this connection. So in order to get this connection, we used that pose connection code. So now if we run this code, we will get all the points connected. So we will run this code and we will see. So after running the code, we are getting this as output. So here so we can see that red colored points are the landmarks, and these are the green color lines are the connections between them. So after drawing the landmarks, we can see each landmarks here has X, Y, Z values and also have visibility value, which checks whether the point is visible in the image or not. To get the corresponding landmark coordinates, we have used corresponding landmark coordinates is obtained by using the code enumerate. Like if we want to obtain a landmark for 12, so this is for this is the XYZ and visibility value for landmark number 12. But we can see that landmarks that we are actually getting is in decimal values, decimal places. So this is basically the ratio of the image. So to get the actual pixel value, so in order to get the actual pixel value, we use this code. That means if we multiply the x value, x landmark of x value with the width of the image, we will get our x point. Similarly, the case handles with the y also. So if we verify actual pixels value with the landmark value that we get initially, red or the red color points, we will get the results like that. So after running the code, so we will get results like that. So blue color points are the actual pixel values which are actually overlapping the red color one. So here we can verify that we are getting good results. So next what we can do is stop it. Next what we can do is we can convert this into the module so that we can use these values very easily. So, so next time when we have to write the code, we don't have to write the whole code and we can use this module for any project. So we have just copied this code with some modifications. So for the sake, if we want to use a specific, if we want to track a specific landmark, like if you want to track landmark number 14, which is a which is a which is a right elbow. If you want to specifically track it, so for that purpose we have to use this code. So if we run this code, so here after running the code, we can see that my right limb is getting highlighted or getting some extra with the red color point is getting highlighted. So this is my left limb, which is not recognizing, but in the right limb is getting highlighted with a red point. So this is all the result that we are getting with this code. So this is all about the module. So if we want to use this module for any project, so we don't have to write this module again and again, tracking codes again and again. We can use import this module as pose module as PM for any test project. So like we have created a test project here, and we want to get the pose recognition for this video. So we will run the code and we will see what we are getting. So this is what we are getting for this video. We can see that right limb is getting highlighted here with a big dot of red color. So we can use this module to use this module to for any project. So instead of writing the code every time, we can use this module for a specific project and find out the position. And that is all about the coding part of the project.
And coming to the application of human pose recognition and tracking, there are very wide range of applications, as it is the application of machine learning. We can see the augmented reality by using this type of tracking, and it is used in animation, gaming, robotics, and it is also used in 3D gaming and activity recognition. And in some of the cricket matches, we can replay and we can see the how the pose of the cricketer, so that we can give clarification about the score and the remaining gameplay of the cricketer. Thank you.